your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business? Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
When shopping for a new car, what do you want? A great selection? A low monthly payment? More for your trade? At Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, you get it all. Model year-end savings are going on now. Drive away in your favorite Honda. It's savings you just can't say no to. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Averyana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. This Saturday at Cal Expo with Proactive Pest Control, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, the A's will open the season next year on March 26th in Toronto, and the full slate of games that day will mark the earliest traditional opening day in Major League history. Now, as far as the Dodgers coming to West Sacramento for the first time, that series will begin on June 29th.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge.
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHDK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140.
Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Drapes is still out, not feeling well. Jay will be with us momentarily, so thank you, hardest working man in radio, Kyle Ledbetter. Just, is there a show you don't do? Weren't you just doing mornings a couple days ago?
I did mornings on Monday. Yeah. We had 3 different co-hosts today. It's a lot happening.
And you're still here.
Whitey, you're the 4th different person that I get the privilege of doing radio with today.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that very much. A little too much Go Chiefs talk for me today, for my taste, but I understand it. Thanks to Jose for helping us out today, of course. We have this on the text line. Do you think this is legit, Kyle, or could this be Jose texting this himself? Jose was good, enjoyed the show. You think that's legit, or was that? I think I may have been talking to him when that text came through, so that would have made it difficult for him to send that himself, but he's very clever.
He's gotten a lot of compliments over the last couple days. You know, people say he has a great voice for radio.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard this one before, but we can't rule out the possibility.
Yeah, I guess it's possible. Yeah. Well, he has, he's very experienced. He's done a lot of radio.
You know, you can set text to send at a certain time. Maybe
exactly.
he wanted it just as the show was ending.
You are correct. Listen, I bring up Jose and other things because I'm trying to put something off here, and that is the inevitable conversation about the 49ers. You know, Kyle, you and I talked about this a couple days ago. We were kind of kidding about, the Miami Dolphins, is their season over already? Boy, they're sure bad. The New York Giants, their season might be over already. Ha, ha, ha. Boy, they stink. Is it possible that the 49ers season is already over? Even though they won, but given what we know now about Brock Purdy, is it possible their season over? I don't think we know yet. I honestly think it might be what we don't know, depending on how long Brock Purdy is out. That's how I see it.
I think that's a great way to look at it. And the one part that's going to be tough to rule out, no matter how bad things get throughout the season, whether it's McCorkle or backup Tonjes catching touchdowns, the one saving grace is going to be that easy schedule.
Yep.
Is that they really don't have any tough stretch the entire season, mostly AFC and NFC South teams. Yeah, you got to play some division matchups, but the saving grace throughout the season is that even with these injuries, they're probably still going to be favored in a good number of their games.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I don't like being so skeptical when the 49ers talk about injuries, but they've brought it on themselves with the way they handled the Christian McCaffrey situation. And again, I know there are HIPAA laws and things. My wife works at a hospital. I've been in a hospital, so I understand all that. And a team is not obligated, nor is a team compelled to tell you everything about a person's injury. Some of that's private, but we do want to know what's going on. So we had this today from Ian Rappaport, NFL Media, and he reported, as you probably know by now, Brock Purdy will miss anywhere from 2 to 5 weeks with a toe injury, a variant of turf toe. Anytime you start talking about, it's turf toe, but it's a variant, I start to get a little suspicious. Turf toe is bad enough as it is. So 2 to 5 weeks is the NFL media report. Obviously, NFL media plugged in and well-sourced. So then after that, you had John Lynch, the GM, and he was on their flagship in the Bay Area. And he said, what I can confirm is I talked to, obviously, our trainer, our doctor, who's the preeminent foot and ankle specialist in the NFL. What we're dealing with is kind of a week-to-week thing. That's our information. Now, taking him at his word, it's like, okay. But again, the fact that he has to qualify it with, it's kind of a week-to-week thing, and that's our information, it just makes me a little suspicious, especially, as I said, as we all know, given how we didn't know what was going on with Christian McCaffrey last year. Brock's doing well, said John Lynch, coming back from it, and we'll just treat it as such. He's doing a nice job doing everything he can to get back out there as soon as possible. And so that's where we're at. And I hope that is where we're at. Jay, I beg the question here. Is it possible the 49ers season is already over and we just don't know it yet? That is, if Brock Purdy's going to be out for a long time, I don't know if they're going to be able to salvage the season.
You're right.
But we'll just have to wait and see, huh?
We have to wait and see. The turf toe is a wait and see type of injury, right? He could pop up tomorrow, feel good. Could take him a month and a half. Could be 2 months. But if he's going to miss more than 5 weeks, we're in trouble. 5 weeks, we're in trouble.
Right.
But we're in trouble right now.
It's unbelievable that here we are again as 49er fans. Let me just throw this out there. I mentioned this with Jose a little bit ago. You know, Jay, everybody who pulls for the 49ers, has any interest in the 49ers, has been trying to figure out, why have there been so many 49er injuries? We talked about it yesterday. Maybe it's just bad luck. Nobody knows. Is it possible here, as we're just trying to figure out any possible rhyme or reason to all the injuries, is it possible that given the fact that the 49ers have had, 3 seasons since Kyle Shanahan's been here in which the quarterback did not get hurt, and given the fact that we know the 49ers do not invest a lot financially in the offensive line, could that have something to do with the reason why the quarterbacks keep getting hurt?
Well, I think we have to go through and examine the injuries that the quarterbacks are
That's
obtaining,
fair.
you know, like Jimmy G, one of the ones off the top of my head, I remember he was running down the sideline. So that had nothing to do with the offensive line, maybe, unless the pass blocking failed for him.
That was like game 2 or game 3, wasn't it? Against
3
Chiefs, I want to
3.
say.
It was the Chiefs.
Yeah, on the left sideline, and then he was done for the You're right. Can't really blame the O-line.
The Purdy on the arm against the Eagles, that's definitely on the O-line, right?
But still, that's just that great Eagle pass rush.
Well, that too plays a part in it.
Yeah.
So I just think you have to really go down and examine it. Like, when did Purdy get hurt this week?
It was the end of the first half, apparently. That's what Kyle Shanahan says.
But that still doesn't tell me when. Like, I get there wasn't a specific play. Like, I've been trying to figure out.
Yeah, I think they do have one now.
Oh, they do have one. Okay.
And I'll have to look it up.
I didn't see that.
It was a scramble late in the first half where he went out left and he got hit hard and hit the turf hard.
Is that the shoulder or is that the toe?
That, I believe, is the toe.
Okay. So
I'll double check on that.
I'm
I've
been
been wondering about that as well.
Because I did not see when he hurt the toe. I've been looking for the toe because hence that's the reason why he's going to be out for 2 to 5 weeks is the turf toe.
Yeah.
And we talked about it yesterday. I said, toe, it better not be turf toe. Remember I said that? And it is. And unfortunately, turf toe has taken a lot of people out. Now, of course, the turf isn't, old school Astrodome where you're sitting on concrete, but turf toe is turf toe.
Yeah.
We're having a problem here.
And my understanding is, again, I've been in a hospital.
Once or twice?
Yeah. Okay. My wife works at a hospital. My mother worked at a hospital. So I pretty much know all this stuff. But turf toe is
Gleason.
A spraining of the ligaments underneath the big toe.
Yeah. Nurse practitioner Gleason.
Yes. Can we go with physician's assistant?
Yeah, PA, yeah, I got you.
But it's very, very painful, and there's not a lot, as you said, you can do for it. There's varying degrees. There's grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3.
Yeah.
The thing that this is not fair, Jay, but I'll be honest. The thing I start to worry about and think about when they talk about that's a variant of turf toe, and the way they qualified again with John Lynch saying it's kind of a week-to-week thing. I'm starting to wonder if he's got a broken toe too. And again, they don't have to tell us.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't. And we know, Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers have played around a little bit. And I use those words loosely, but they have kind of
we'll just go back to last year. Sure, it was CMC.
Yeah.
We had no idea.
No idea what was going on. It was calved and it went down to the Achilles. And he may play week 1, he may not. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, he's probably gonna miss the first 4 games. And what? Then, or excuse me, actually it was the first 6, right? When we first heard he was missing games, he was going on the long IR, not the short version. He was on a 6-game version, and we like the pup list.
Yeah,
he can't perform.
Yeah,
so there has been a precedent set for the 49ers to not be forthright.
Yeah, when again, they don't have to be.
They don't, but
especially if Brock Purdy says, "I don't want people knowing my medical information."
But don't you have to be truthful and honest on the injury report? Hasn't the NFL gotten to the point to say if you don't list it, and I know we're talking about the Patriots and then kind of playing around with the injury report.
Oh, you're right.
But you have to list it and technically list the issue. But I guess you could just say toe, ailment, turf toe instead of saying broken toe. So yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, you're right. Also, I mean, given that we have so much legal gambling now, that kind of some degree of transparency is absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just suspicious to me. You've got the report from Ian Rappaport that, he's going to miss 2 to 5 weeks. And then with John Lynch on the radio saying, our information is we've talked to the doctor. We're dealing with kind of a week-to-week thing. It's just, I feel like you are intentionally not telling me everything. So why worry though, right, Jay? That's why you have backups. It's the NFL. People get hurt, as 49er fans know better than fans of most teams. And you just got to take it week to week, and you've got an easy schedule. You've got New Orleans this week. Yeah, Brock will be fine. Yeah, in no time, he'll be back. Kittle will be back. Nothing to worry about, right?
No. Wrong.
That's what you got to hope for.
Yeah, you do it. You definitely have to hope. But I truly believe if we're keeping it 1,000 here on the Drive Guys today on the Thursday, Brock Purdy is probably, and I mean, you could probably look around every single team and say the quarterback is the one guy that you technically don't want to lose. Now, there's probably a handful of teams where it's like, okay, you lose him. We got a guy of the same ilk or someone that he was in competition, a high caliber backup. There are high caliber backups throughout the league who probably could be a starter or two. Like if Michael Penix goes down, Kirk Cousins, that's decent. That's a high caliber backup, right? And so that we don't have that here.
Not right
with
now.
the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I truly believe the 49ers are one of the 15 or 20 teams throughout the league. You lose your quarterback, the season is on the brink of already being done and over. Now, it's all about how long you lose them for. And that's, I think, the part that is worrisome. It's week to week. Well, we know the 49ers have said CMC was week to week, and they missed damn near the whole season last year.
Right.
So it's not the Achilles, it's not the calf, but it's the toe. And just what you said, could it be broken? If it's broke, I'd almost rather it be broken.
Well, I know what you mean. I mean, that sounds worse, but yeah, we've talked a lot about
6
turf
weeks
toe and how tricky it can be.
Yeah, turf toe is something that's going to linger on probably for the season. And we've seen turf toe linger on throughout people's careers too.
Right.
You know, Deion Sanders is one of the guys that come to mind.
That's the tricky thing. If you have a break, you know, heaven forbid, but if you have a break, for the most part, doctors can say it's a break here. It's going to take this long to heal. We know that because
cut and
we've
dry
seen
for
it.
the most part.
Yeah, you do this, and then we'll see in a couple weeks. But turf toe, it's like, good luck.
How you feel?
Yeah.
Today you feel good? No problem.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow you feel good? No problem.
Why don't you go out and run around a little bit?
There it was.
Ah! Yeah, all right.
Inflamed.
Yeah.
Engulfed in flames.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Turf toe is a tricky thing. I've never played with it. I've come close to Achilles tendonitis.
I had that once.
Yeah, where it's like, man, what is going on with my heel and my foot and the ball of my foot? And you know, when seeing a physician, they're like, yeah, you got Achilles tendonitis, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, you have to sit out.
Was it red? Was your Achilles kind of? Mine was.
It was not.
Yeah.
No, it was not. It was just, and that was part of my issue in playing was my feet. You know, like sometimes I'd go out and maybe just all the years of playing in Sacramento, I don't know, but I would play ball, and when the game was over, my feet would just be inflamed.
Sure.
Felt like it's like, man, it's 104 every day, and it could be 72.
Mm-hmm.
So it started getting to the point. I was like, yeah, it's over for me. I'm done. I'm out. You know. But turf toe, if it's anything like that, where it's just consistent pain, aching pain, not, you know, I guess pulsating pain, that's a tough thing to battle for another 16, 17 weeks because you got a bye week in there.
Yeah. And I know I'm being redundant here, but when they say a variant of turf toe, like that's even scarier.
Yeah.
Turf toe's bad enough. Why can't you just tell me it's turf toe?
Got a
What do you
variant?
mean a variant? Yeah. Here we go, Jay. Here are the best quarterback free agents available right now. Would you like to hear the names?
Yeah, as long as you don't come out with that Mike White stuff.
Well, he's on the list. I can skip him if you want.
Please
since
skip him.
We know that they
please
worked him out yesterday, but we don't know yet whether they're going to sign him. Kyle says, we'd like to sign a quarterback. We don't know if we can. You better sign a quarterback before this week, right?
You better.
Yeah. Best quarterback free agents 2025 that are available now, according to Sharp Football Analysis.
All right.
In no particular order. I don't believe they're in any order. Desmond Ridder. Just tell me, I want to bring him in and have a look, or pass.
Well, seeing that the crop is going to be low, I'm interested. Next.
Okay. Guy you're very familiar with if you're the 49ers, Nate Sudfeld.
That'd be a pass.
You know he's going to get a call, right?
That'd be a pass. I understand what you're saying.
And then Mike White, you already told us how you feel about Mike White.
High
You've already
pass.
worked him out. John Wolford.
That'd be a pass.
He was with the Rams a while ago, wasn't he?
Sounds about right.
Taylor Heineke. Here's
I'm
to
interested.
Good friends.
I'm
Tonight
interested.
is kind of
I'm
special.
interested. Yeah.
Oh, that's Lowenbrow. Sorry, I was trying to think of a Heineke. Kyle Trask.
That'd be a pass.
Kyle Trask, he was first round pick. You just got to let go.
That'd be a pass.
Your boy Baker said, man, I love that guy. This is so okay.
Yeah.
Clayton Tune.
I have no clue who that is.
Thank you, because I don't either.
Yeah.
I
was getting ready. So are you playing? Are you creating a name?
No.
I've never heard of Clayton.
I was about
Tune.
to confess that I didn't know who that was, but you beat me to
Yeah,
it.
I don't have no problem saying I have no clue who Clayton Tune is.
Dorian Thompson Robinson.
I'm interested.
I would be too. I don't know if he's a Shanahan guy, but I would be interested.
He's not.
Only two more names on the list here. Tim Boyle and Bryce Perkins.
Those be a no and a no.
I think do you know who they are? Because
Bryce Perkins, no, and who was the other one?
Tim Boyle.
I've heard the name.
Okay. All right. So not a lot to choose from there. So I understand when Shanny says we'd like to sign a quarterback. We don't know if we can. All of a sudden, Mike White's looking pretty good, isn't he?
No, he's not. Taylor Heineke, DTR, and Desmond Ritter.
Too, you're inviting.
Yeah, that would be the three for me. Yeah. I don't know. Like Desmond Ritter didn't have a Sterling, fantastic career already in Tennessee, hence why he's not there. But I truly think we don't know what he is. Finished product, he could be maturing, whatever. I think DTR has some talent. He's just not cutting the cloth of a lot of quarterbacks. He's the type of guy that has a big arm, but he also is probably, I think most people believe he's a run-first guy. But he's got talent. I think he's the type of guy that can electrify a quick game for you real fast.
I think for Kyle Shanahan, and this is the way I would look at it, if you had DTR and he could be like a change of pace guy, that's great. Maybe have some packages for him. But if he's backing up my main guy, then if Mac Jones gets hurt, then I got to change everything I do.
Yeah.
So I'll bet you they wouldn't be interested in that.
No, he's not the style of a Shanahan guy. Shanahan guy, for me, Shanahan prefers a pocket passer, somebody. And I truly think that Brock Purdy, being athletic, being elusive, has helped Shanahan's system. But if you really look at Shanahan's system, more or less, he likes guys who are in the pocket, on time, sees one side. Shanahan's offense is, I'm going to build the receiver or the player, the running back that you're supposed to go to. And 9 times out of 10, that guy is going to be open or close to being open. You need to make sure that you hit him. But I'm also giving you 2 or 3 other options, just like every other play. But Shanahan's offense, the way it's always been described to me is, this is where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
This play is drawn up so player Z or X or running back or fullback, the tight end, whatever, you're supposed to go that way.
Yeah. Your friend and mine, Imran Pilati, suggests Ryan Tannehill and Kirk Cousins.
Well, seeing as Kirk Cousins is on a roster, that's not going to work, Mr. Pilati.
Right. That's why we were just looking at free agents.
Yes,
free
sir.
Agents
Yeah,
available.
maybe he missed that part. He must have been busy with Beckett. Ryan Tannehill, seriously?
That's what he said.
Is he playing?
Unless there's another Tannehill.
Is he playing? Did he text us both or just you? Because I got to ask him, is he playing?
Yeah. I believe it was, he texted us both. Right?
Are you? I'm literally texting. Are you kidding?
That's
with
disrespectful,
Tannehill?
huh? That's a disrespectful text. Eddie Pinheiro, meanwhile, why he chose.
He says, no, man, 6th round conditional pick and he's ours. Is that Cousins or is that Tannehill, Mr. Pilati? Dude, you know what, real fast?
Please. I
had this weekend, some things popped up on me. I got asked to do a couple of different jobs and I had some other stuff to do. And it was beautiful. Nothing wrong with it. And also made some money. But I wanted to go to the Junk Wax Rip Night.
Yeah.
Did I say that properly?
Yes.
Junk Wax Rip Night. Okay, yeah. I wanted to go. It looked super dope. I saw
it was a lot of fun.
Dub G in attendance.
Yes.
Man.
I got to hang out with Matt Noakes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then I saw him post and he's like, oh, we're looking for Mo Vaughns and Barry Bonds, and I kid when I say Mo Vaughn, but a couple other people on there. And I was like, oh, that's dope.
It was a lot of fun.
That's dope, man. I wonder if anybody got any of that hard ass gum.
Yes. People had it piled up.
Oh, okay.
And one guy told Emran, if you give me $2,000, I'll eat it all.
Eat it?
And Emran's like, why would I do that? So he didn't take him up on the offer.
Okay.
Yeah. But
it looked fun, though.
It was a lot of
Score. I saw like a couple brands that little kid Jay recognized. Score and Fleer. And I'm like, oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Not all these prisms.
Yeah. Guys were like,
refractors.
I look over their shoulders when they're opening cards like, hey, Wally Joyner.
For the Royals?
This
or
was
the Angels. Okay.
Wally Joyner.
All right.
Yeah.
The lefty, baby.
Every so often, someone get, hey, Matt Noakes. And then he'd come over. Oh, okay. And then
sign
Matt
it.
Noakes would come over and sign
dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Where's Matt Noakes live these days?
San Diego.
Oh, okay. So it was nothing but a Southwest flight.
I'll tell you an old school baseball story he told me. And we'll get back to the 49ers. So I did a little interview with Matt Noakes. And he caught one of my favorite pitchers of all time a little bit, a guy named Frank Tanana.
Oh, yeah,
threw
Frank T.
really hard and then hurt his elbow, and then he didn't throw hard at all. He played for a long time.
And Frank had that mustache?
Yep.
Yeah.
For a while he did, the lefty.
Yeah.
And Matt Noakes says, he was a great leader. And he says, one game we're playing Cleveland. And he says, Cleveland is stealing signs. And we know because they're like from the dugout, they're like, step, step. And they're telling the hitter what's coming. And he says, Frank walks over just in front of their dugout and stops and kind of, with his cleat, like paw in the dirt and goes, Okay, just so you guys know. Just so you know. And then he walked back, and Matt says, we was telling them if they kept doing that, someone's going to get one in the skull. And he said they never did it again after.
Of course not, man. Yeah. Catch you next to that Abdullah Gala. What is it? Medulla oblongata.
Okay.
That medulla.
Yeah.
You catch one up next to that, man. I bet you'll shake it up real fast.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, you would have loved it. It's too bad you couldn't make it out.
No, dude. My plan was to come there and eat all the pizza that I possibly could.
It was a lot of pizza.
When it came to Emron. I was say, you know what? Get another large over there, brother.
Yeah.
I'll spring.
Another thing the great Matt Noakes said was he was 19. He was in the Giants organization. He said he was in tears. He just couldn't figure it out. He's like, he do great in batting practice, getting games. He just couldn't figure out how to do it. And he said Frank Robinson took him under his wing and mentored him and kind of explained some things to him. And he said it clicked for him, and he had a nice career, 11 years in the majors. But isn't that cool?
Yeah,
Frank Robinson goes, hey, come here, kid.
Yeah, let me take you under my wing.
Yeah. So,
man, Mr. Junk.
Yeah.
Wax Rip Night.
Yes, we talked about and celebrated Junk Wax Heroes. Is Ryan Tannehill a Junk Wax hero?
No.
He's 37 years old, Emron. He last played for the Titans in 2023. I'm not interested if I'm Kyle Shanahan. Jay, are you?
No, sir. I'm out. I'd rather go with Adrian Martinez. No, sir.
Sir. Oh, well.
But there is a few guys out there that's probably, as he said, as Emron said, a conditional 6th round pick availability. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of guys, out there wiggling through there.
Mm-hmm. Do you, take your time with the deadline still weeks away? Maybe for this week, you just, ride with what you got. And then you figure, all right, depending on how Brock comes along, we may have to look at making a deal. But in the short term, we just kind of grit our teeth and cross our fingers and hope we get through with what we got.
Yeah, I think that's probably, pretty close to being spot on what the 49ers will do. And, here comes the stubbornness of Kyle Shanahan yet again. But I truly think he likes Mac Jones. I think from everything that we hear, we listen to the insiders, the people in the know.
He's probably excited about
I just getting ready to say, I don't really think he feels there's a huge drop off, but pretty sure, he loves Brock Purdy. But I think if you ask Kyle, he would first of all give you the coach speak because that's what he does.
Yes.
We're super interested. He talks all low.
Yeah.
We're super interested in Mac Jones. We believe he can get it done.
Yeah.
And the
guys, he's a quality
around
quarterback.
Him.
He gets the ball out. He keeps your offense on schedule.
It's pretty much how he's going to be, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised at all if Kyle Shanahan is like, 5 weeks, Mac Jones, let's go. Line it up. Let's do it big. Nah.
And I think another really interesting aspect of this is if you're Mac Jones, you're like, this is my chance to show the NFL world I'm still a number one.
He should.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But there's just a lot going on here swirling around this game.
Sam Darnold style.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you feel more comfortable if Sam Darnold was still a backup versus Mac Jones, or would it be the same?
A little more comfortable with Sam Darnold.
Maybe I should ask this prior to seeing Sam Darnold with the Vikings. Like if you can, and I know that's hard to just remove that from your memory bank, but let's do what the NCAA asked us to do. Reggie Bush won the Heisman? No, he didn't.
Right.
All right. So here we go.
Yeah. I can answer your question.
Okay.
I would feel more confident in Sam Darnold. I think to me, again, we're going back to pretending we don't know what we knew, kind of the, Men in Black, like, boop, okay, I forgot everything. I think he, to me, represented a little more of a blank slate, even though he played for a number of teams for Kyle than Mac Jones does. And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe he is a blank slate. Maybe Kyle's going to figure it all out with Mac Jones. But I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, I am
he wasn't
too.
very good with Jacksonville.
I truly am. I think if we're talking about the long haul, which let's just say the end of all in is 5 weeks, that's you might be looking at a losing record potentially.
Right.
And you potentially, if we're talking about a losing record, that probably means you lost to Arizona and you lost to the Rams, which means you're 1-2 heading into, more divisional games. So I'm hoping Brock Purdy comes back within a week or two, miss this game, maybe, even if you have to miss Arizona, understandable. But I'm also worried about the rest of the season because everything, my education, my research, my knowledge, everything tells me that turf toe is something that's going to be here for the rest of the season when it comes to Brock Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
And we're already battling uphill.
Yeah, when we come back, why Eddie Pinheiro chose the 49ers over, he had another team that he could have signed with. Tell you who that was next, Sactown Sports.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting, just smart local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
With football in the air, fall is almost here. Time to start thinking about the cooler weather ahead and whether your heater will be able to get you through the winter. Our heater fell apart last winter, so who did we call? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We wanted somebody we could trust to do the job right and deliver great value, and Lee's came through. Check them out at leesair.com. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating has built a reputation as the leading HVAC company in Sacramento. We've got a new HVAC system that works great, saves us money month to month. Find out how they can help you at leesair.com. License number 635355.
Listen to the 49er Rewind daily. Brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the official pizza of the 49ers. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Mocash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. This Saturday at Cal Expo with Proactive Pest Control, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House. Tickets at CITPfest.com.
Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
Discover Terra Madre Americas, one of the world's most exciting food events, coming to Northern California for the first time this September 26th through 28th. Dig into good, clean, and fair food for all with chefs Alice Waters, Sean Sherman, and Jeremiah Tower. Hear music from The War on Drugs, Spoon, Big Head Todd and the Monsters, Jade Bird, and Passion Pit Solo Acoustic. Savor the journey of Terra Madre Americas, only in Sacramento. Details on TerraMadreUSA.com. Terra Madre Americas is supported by Sacramento International Airport and brought to you by Slow Food and Visit Sacramento.
It's Kids Night at Stockton 99 Speedway, Saturday, September 20th, presented by your local Tractor Supply stores. Enjoy free games, prizes, and family fun, plus racing action from late models, legends, pure stocks, and more. Kids 10 and under are always free. Visit Stockton99.com for tickets and info.
Man, my heart's so big, man, I had to step back. Put time in my craft. I'm a full-time dad.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Thank you for being with us today. Yes, Kyle Draper not with us today. He's under the weather, not feeling well. It's been a while since Drapes and I have done a show together, Jay. I think it was during the NBA playoffs. I think it's been a while. I was on vacation. He's on vacation.
Yeah.
He's got, he went, traveled and may have encountered some jolly viruses and things. Unfortunately, not well, but hopefully he'll be back as soon as possible. We take you up to Thursday Night Football tonight, and it should be a good one.
I'm just triple checking.
Yeah.
Says 4:00, but I should check that tonight. Because see, look, already. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, what could go wrong?
Well, anything that could go wrong probably will go wrong.
Okay, we got a little bit here on Eddie Pinheiro. Of course, we got to talk about Kawhi again, too, and everything going on with the NBA investigation into the Clippers. But coming up here, a little bit on Eddie Pinheiro. And then, Jay, I've got for you another, is that a thing? Okay? It's an opportunity for a couple of players to reach some statistical milestones this
Throughout
weekend
the league?
in the NFL. 2 guys, yeah. But are they, it's like, whoa, that's something, or that's not a thing.
Okay.
So we'll get to that. Now, as far as Eddie Pinheiro goes, the new 49er kicker, he had a chance to kick for the Falcons, but he said, I want to win games. I want to be a part of a good culture. And in my 8th year of my career, I want to win. I like this guy, Eddie Pinheiro. He wants to win, Jay. That aligns with our goals here as far as being 49er fans. We want to win, too.
You ain't lying.
Yeah, and we may be relying on you a lot now, Eddie, more than you thought when you signed.
And that 88%, fella.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I saw the clip. Welcome. We welcome you, part of the faithful.
Mm-hmm.
Now do your job.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
It still does sound to me like Kyle was trying to find a way to keep Jake Moody around. And I know our buddy Cam Inman was on a Bay Area station today. He was saying he couldn't believe that Moody had the job coming out of camp.
Yeah.
This isn't, somebody who does a blog who's, goes out of their way to take shots at Kyle and the 49ers. This is a really long-time, balanced reporter, really fair reporter. He's like, I couldn't believe it when they came out of training camp with Jake Moody. And I think, Kyle said, well, there was just, it had to be done. I think it was just a matter of the locker room deciding it and the coach having to go along with it. It's like, man, if they don't have any faith in him, I have no choice.
Yeah. I truly think it was the players that made the decision for Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
I think Shanahan's stubbornness, using the word again to describe him, adjective, he would have probably wrote it out another week or two until something crucial happened yet again. They got away with it in week 1. And when I say they, I mean the team wind up winning, not so much special teams or the front office, but the team won. And so, it was okay. Well, we got it taken care of, but it was always on the back burner. It was always going to be a conversation needed to be deliberated within the within the confinements of Santa Clara and Levi Stadium. So, hey, look, Moody just gave him an easy route out.
Mm-hmm.
You miss a 27-yarder, because I'll be honest. I think if he misses a 49-yarder, it's off upright, probably on the squad. You miss a 27-yard field goal. Listen, man, that's Pop Warner style.
Yep.
You got to make that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And one of the things Cam said was, to your point, he's like, they wanted to change up special teams. So they changed up everything. They even got rid of the long snapper. They changed up everything in the offseason, but they kept the kicker. So a lot of people were surprised. But now I know we're beyond that now. It's just interesting that it took Kyle so long to realize what everyone else had realized before him. Now, is this a thing, Jay? Browns quarterback, and I don't care. I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not trying to talk you into it. My first reaction to this when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But then I started thinking about it. I'm not sure. Joe Flacco and Matthew Stafford, they can join a select group of quarterbacks if they win this Sunday. Flacco and Stafford have each beaten 30 different NFL teams in their NFL careers, and they both play against teams they haven't beaten on Sunday. So Flacco played most of his career for the Ravens. Of course, he faces the Ravens on Sunday, and he would have a win over his 31st different opponent if his Browns win. He has played against the Ravens only once. That was a loss when he was starting for the Jets. Stafford has never beaten the Titans, but if the Rams win Sunday, they'll become the 31st different team to lose to Stafford as the opposing quarterback. And the other team, let's see, that Flacco has never beaten is Seattle. The other team Stafford has never beaten is the Steelers. Now, 4 quarterbacks in NFL history have wins over all 32 teams.
4.
Only 4.
Only 4. Kurt Warner.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how many he has. He probably has a lot, but the 4 are Peyton,
Tom Brady,
Brett Favre, Tom Brady, and Drew Brees. Aaron Rodgers, if the Steelers beat the Packers this year, he will join that group. He also has 30 wins over 31 teams. So
who would you say last person?
Drew Brees. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the 4 have beaten all 32 teams: Manning, Favre, Brady, and Brees. There are other guys that beat 28 different teams when that's all they had. Like Fran Tarkenton and Joe Montana. They didn't beat more than that because they didn't have a chance.
Didn't play Carolina.
Those teams didn't exist.
Right. Didn't
so
play
my question is, what do you think of this with Flacco and with Stafford having a chance to have beaten 31 different teams this week? Is that a thing, Jay?
It's a thing.
Okay.
It's not a big thing, but it's a thing.
Right.
It's here you go, sir. Here's the plaque. You beat all the rest of the teams in the league throughout your career.
Mm-hmm.
It's that type of thing. It's a, as they say, a feather in your cap, but it's not a mink coat. It's not a car. It's, it's like, come on down. Okay. Well, what did you win? Well, this is, we'll give you the C prizes.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things.
Yeah, I'm with you. To me, it's not a thing, but it puts you on track for a thing.
Sure.
It's like, ooh, okay. Because you got to beat every team.
For sure.
Yeah. And this puts them in position to eventually do that. That's a thing. This is like, okay, nice, but you haven't really done anything just yet.
It's for me, and I'll probably have this answer for, I see this is becoming a thing.
Yeah.
It's probably more times than not the answer going to say it's a legacy.
Yes.
Point. It's a legacy fact. It's something, if you're trying to distinguish, which we do, we have them here, sports conversations, who's better than what team did this. That's part of sports, the community.
Mm-hmm.
It is a feather in the cap in the form to say, well, Flacco or Matt Ryan. And then what do we normally do? We go to Pro Football Reference. You start doing your research. Well, he's a Pro Bowler, 9-time All-Pro, all these different avenues. He's got percentages of this and that and this, and he beat all the teams.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. It for me is just a point, a fact within the conversation that you can lean on.
Yeah. We always have these conversations, Jay, not just here, but football fans have these conversations about quarterbacks and their legacies.
Right.
So years ago, I did this with a friend of mine named Dan Dibley on another station far, far away.
Know the name.
And we put together, I don't remember all of it, but a legacy point system. So when a quarterback did something, it's like, yes, he gets 3 points or 5 points.
Right,
so that you can compare.
Okay.
Like when you talk about a guy's legacy, well, let's check the chart. Super Bowl wins were on there, MVPs. I forget everything else. Pro Bowls,
field goal percentage, maybe.
Yeah, Pro Bowl would be
5,000 yards or whatever. How many touchdowns a season?
Leading the league in this category or that category.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty good system. I don't know that we ever finished it or ever actually applied it, but maybe we need to.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think it'd be useful.
The Gleason Dibley scale.
Well, he's not here anymore. It's the Jay and Kevin scale.
Yeah, but you got to at least give him credit.
I guess so.
I know that hasn't always happened in American history, but you got to at least give him a little credit, big time.
Yeah, the Gleason Dibley quarterback legacy scale.
Yeah, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are how scales are built. It's we look at NBA all leagues and all these different avenues. It started somewhere, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So we might need that. We might need a Warren Sharp football. Have you heard of Warren Sharp?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we need the Gleason Dibs.
Yeah.
And I'll jump on the back end.
Okay. Yeah. And it needs an acronym, like letters that stand for something that actually spell out a word.
True.
That have something to do with football. What's the biggest ticket item? A quarterback gets the most legacy points for doing what? Win a Super Bowl? To me, you got to get a lot of points for that. And I know some people, we were talking about this a couple days ago. Somebody on I think it was in the chat said, hey, Marino, you can't hold it against him that he didn't win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, he was great, but you kind of have to.
The tough part about that is this, and I'll give you the Nick Foles. Nick Foles didn't do a damn thing all season.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz was pretty much the MVP of the league.
Mm-hmm.
And then he won a Super Bowl in the playoff run. It's kind of that. And so I don't know, Whitey. Let me think about it, because I think what else could possibly be up there that compares to a Super Bowl? 50,000 yards or, whatever.
maybe be an all-time leader in a category, maybe.
By the way, all-time touchdown leader.
Walter from Stockton is wondering why I'm saying Drapes is not feeling well when he's at the NBA league meetings. League meetings are next week, right?
They
Jay?
are, yes, sir.
Yeah, so, I don't mean to be getting in anybody's business, but he's not feeling well.
Right.
And then next week, Walter, he'll be going to the league meetings. That's why I say that.
Unless he's got that Brock Purdy turf toe.
Yeah. So that's why I say that.
Yeah, he's at home right now.
Yes,
Not in New York.
From the 916, to have a ring and beat all the teams is pretty sick.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I'm really trying to think what other category would be up to the highest standard of winning a Super Bowl. Because, as we know, playing and winning a Super Bowl is it.
Playoff wins. Postseason wins.
That's
postseason
a good one.
percentage.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Because I present Nick Foles to you. Nick Foles really ain't done nothing throughout his NFL career. And I say that tongue in cheek. The man was in the NFL. He made good money. He should be able to afford and take care of his family for generations. Like he's accomplished things. But I'm saying if we're just talking about, blanks and giggles, the point of it is he ain't really done much throughout his NFL career, but that 1 year.
Sure.
We all know he took the Philadelphia Eagles to the championship and had a hell of a playoff run. And he battled Tom Brady and, but beyond that, so he's going to get a whopping 10 points for winning the Super Bowl, but he didn't even play to get to the playoffs.
Right. But on the other hand, if he hadn't done that, a lot of people wouldn't know who he was.
I got you.
You know
Jeff
what I mean?
Hostetler.
So he's going to get like that bump, but it's still not going to put him anywhere near the ranks of some of the other great quarterbacks.
Man.
Yeah. What about
where's Jeff Hostetler sit?
It's a good question, Jay. I don't think he's going to be very high. We'll have to revisit that. How about a quarterback 1-loss record? Does that matter? The conversation continues here. We also got to talk about the dumbest thing about the commissioner's very dumb comment on the cost of watching NBA games. The NBA commissioner may have said the dumbest thing any commissioner has ever said yesterday. So we'll dive on that too here. It's a Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
A little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Constipation with belly pain that keeps coming back and back and back. If your symptoms keep coming back, talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C. Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
The Sactown Sports 49ers Report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. The 49ers got their season started successfully with a last-minute win in Seattle, 17-13. Jake Tonjes, the hero, making a leaping grab in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. Niners back on the road this week in New Orleans. You can catch all the actions on Sunday right here on Sactown Sports 1140, beginning at 9 a.m.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 mpg combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9861. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9861. That's 800-575-9861. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, Sacramento homeowners, imagine the coolest, most comfortable summer in 30 years, leaving air conditioning giants drowning in overstock. That's your golden ticket to massive savings right now at Sierra Pacific. We've forged powerhouse partnerships with the world's top manufacturers. They trust us for flawless installations, unbeatable service, and our massive reach across Sacramento to move their inventory fast. In return, exclusive, jaw-dropping discounts just for you. Upgrade your home with premium systems at rock-bottom prices, installed by the region's elite craftsmen and backed by ironclad warranties and legendary support. Plus, snag huge tax credits and SMUD rebates to slash costs even further. This inventory clearing bonanza won't last. Seize it today. Call Sierra Pacific for your free in-home consultation and discover the perfect system for your ultimate comfort. Dial 916-638-0543 now or head to SierraPacificHome.com. Don't miss out. Your cooler, cozier home awaits.
Sierra Pacific Solar Heating and Air. The guys in the big red trucks.
Truck Month is on at Elk Grove Chevy at the Elk Grove Auto Mall. And Elk Grove Chevy has one of the largest selections in the area, all with big Truck Month savings. Now that's big, huge. See them all at NativeChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, the A's will open the season next year on March 26th in Toronto, and the full slate of games that day will mark the earliest traditional opening day in Major League history. Now, as far as the Dodgers coming to West Sacramento for the first time, that series will begin on June 29th.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge?
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
No, it still hurts when you talk to me. You're still the one thing on my mind before I fall asleep.
Your afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Jay, I've got a possible quarterback for you. Now, I believe he's on a practice squad, but I think you could finagle him. The 49ers, we know now with Mac Jones starting this week and Brock Purdy out week to week at least, maybe 2 to 5 weeks. 49ers want to bring in another quarterback. They worked out Mike White yesterday. I may have the answer to this. It's a guy that we know Kyle has liked. We know he's familiar with the system. What do you think of C.J. Beathard?
No.
As a backup, Jay.
No, sir.
he's better than at least half the guys on that list of the guys, and that's the list of guys who are available.
Well, you know where I go with the retreads of quarterbacks, and I understand just about all of these guys are retread quarterbacks. Correct? I think we can agree on that.
Sure.
But I'm looking for a little
Some
bit
of them aren't even treads at all. They haven't even treaded once.
Toon?
Yeah.
I'm just looking for something a little different, Whitey.
Mm-hmm.
Truly am.
I'm looking for an insurance policy.
Understandable, and you should, and hence why I'm not a head football coach, because I'd probably let my emotions play a position, and like I'm not calling that person.
Yeah,
I'm truly not. There are great people.
What if he calls you? Are you answering?
Of course, I'll pick up anybody's phone call.
All right,
because I've been taught that you give, people respect. So if you have the opportunity to call me or I call you, I believe we can have a great conversation. As much as sometimes I get fired up, I try to show anyone respect. Even if you dislike me, even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, I can come to you as a man and listen to you.
That's good, because if Clayton Toon calls me and I'm not picking up.
You're not at least picking up?
No, I got to at least figure out who he is, or Tim Boyle or Bryce
Perkins.
Yeah, although
but at least
we've heard of him. Huh?
Don't you at least pick the phone up and say hello?
Nope.
Hey,
leave a message.
Hey, Coach.
Leave a message and hopefully he'll tell me who the hell he is.
Coach Stretchy B. This is Tim McDonald. I'm Clayton Toon's agent. I'm over with EAG. Like, oh, okay. You're who?
Yeah.
Who's that person?
His nickname's got to be Looney, right?
Yes, I think so. Clayton Toon. Oh, hold on. And you're at your desk and you're.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Clayton.
Great to hear from you.
Yeah. Coach Stretchy. We hear that you may be in the market for a new quarterback.
Yeah, we're looking at some things.
Unfortunate thing happened to your guy, Brock Purdy. Yeah. Huge fan. We would love to see if we get Clayton up there for a workout.
I can't. I'm sorry. Click.
Dang. It's messed up, Coach.
Sorry.
But you at least accepted the call.
Yeah.
Because at first you weren't going to accept the call.
You talked me into it. I was not.
So maybe I need to call from anonymous, private caller.
Who could this be? Maybe it's CJ Beathard. Oh, no. RJ that calls the show a lot, calls the station. When CJ Beathard was playing for the 49ers, he used to call him CJ Beat Hard because he got pummeled. I used to call him the crash test dummy.
Ooh,
that's in the early days of the Shanahan era, and the offensive line was terrible. And he'd also hang on to the ball a fraction too long, and he would get destroyed.
Yeah. What's CJ Beathard from Iowa? Or not, meaning he played for Iowa?
CJ Beathard, redshirted during his freshman year at Iowa.
Yeah, okay. Just triple check.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Ooh, it's time for Check It with TC. What's up, TC? It's been too long. It's been so long. Jay's not sure where your music is. Is that what's going on, Jay?
Hey, listen, it's all good. Mike check, Jay. Whitey, what's going on? Hey, Jay, my bad the other day, bro. When you and Jake's chimed in.
No worries.
Hey, listen, check it out. I'm not talking no Kings, right? I'm coming all Niners.
Yes.
So first and foremost, can I get this right? You guys, the conversation I was having before, was this about looking at people that deserve the Hall of Fame, or like what was that discussion about? Because Shanahan, he loops into this. What were you guys saying? Like people don't deserve it, or what was that?
Oh, we talking about quarterbacks, or is he talking about something that you guys were talking about, Jay?
No. Something that you guys were talking about Hall of Famers, and you guys were saying it said something about Nick Foles, and it was like, nothing. Was this about people deserving to be in the Hall of Fame that really don't deserve it, that haven't won anything?
No, not exactly. We're just trying to figure out a system for legacy points for all quarterbacks, so we can compare them all. When you talk about their legacy, what do you give them points for? And we were saying Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, so he gets points for that. So it's just trying to come up with a system, TC, to grade quarterbacks and their legacies. That's what we were talking about.
Oh, I thought it was because I was going to chime in with Shanahan, bro, on that note about getting props and they really won nothing. No, so I thought we were coming down this road, and I was saying, well, Shanahan's a prime candidate for that.
Mm-hmm.
If depending on what Niners fan you're talking about, and depending on what media person you talking about, not you, Jay, Whitey, or Drake, or anybody. I'm just talking about in general. Everybody act like this guy won 10 Super Bowls, and you can't say nothing bad about him. And when you do, you the crazy one. Or you stupid. Mm-hmm. Just like the whole Mac Jones situation, right? This guy's supposed to be some genius. Well, why can't you invest in a quarterback, and why can't you invest in an offensive line? The most two important positions of a team, right? So now the boy got hurt running, right? That was kind of on him. But you still could have got the offensive line together, right? Well, you got your guy Mac Jones in, right? Kyle Shanahan. So I don't want to hear any excuse now to fans about what's what happened or what. Boom. Period. I'm not coming up with excuses for this dude, bro. He got his guy in, so make a win and make it happen. Period, point blank. That's why I'm coming in. I'm just coming out down that road because I heard it this morning, Jay, and I can hear it all over again, bro. Everybody keep making excuses about this dude, bro. When it comes to Kyle Shanahan and the Niners, and I'm kind of over it, bro. I'm kind of like the faithful and Niners fans keep excusing the wrongdoings of Kyle Shanahan and his team, bro, just because he won a little bit of games, dog. That's all I got on that dude, man.
Thank you, TC. I don't know if you heard TC, but yesterday or the day before, I said that I was starting to see the TC live. Remember that, Jay?
You did.
I took some heat for it, but I said I'm starting to see things the way TC sees things, TC. I'm starting to warm up to your whole approach on Shanahan. I am, and I thank you for opening my eyes to it.
It's all good, Whitey. Hey, Jay, that's all I got. Thank you, bro.
All right. Thank you, TC. So no on CG Beathard, huh? CJ Beathard.
Not for me, sir.
Okay.
Not for me. And listen, you can't be choosy when you don't have a lot of great options.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, if you gave me 10, you pretty much gave me 10.
Yeah.
I picked 3 of the 10 for you.
From the 916, thought for 2 years the team should be trying to pry away our guy, Jake Browning from the Bengals. Ooh. He's buried behind Burrow, and he can play. That's from Jeff.
I like it,
Let's
Jeff.
go.
I like it, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Bring him back home.
That's right.
I just saw him at, where'd I see Jake Browning at? Saw him somewhere. Oh, maybe it was the Grand Folsom game.
Oh, really?
I think I saw him there. Yeah, okay. It was either Jake or excuse me, it was either there or somewhere else. I just literally saw him not too long ago, like a couple weeks ago, a month or so.
Yeah. Are you sure it wasn't Clayton Tune?
No, you know what? I looked up Clayton Tune. Let me see what Clayton Tune
I shouldn't be
like.
Disrespectful. I'm sure
you're not disrespecting Clayton Tune.
I'm just having some fun with the fact that my own ignorance, I don't know who he is.
Clayton Tune, from Plano, Texas, went to Houston and got drafted by, well, maybe he didn't get drafted. Maybe he was.
Now I want him to be the guy. Now I want the 49ers
Let's
to
see.
go get him.
Okay. Yeah. Tune was selected by the Arizona Cardinals in the 5th round of the 2023. Due to Josh Dobbs being benched, Tune made his NFL start, first one, November 5th, against the Cleveland Browns.
Mm-hmm.
As a rookie, he appeared in 7 games and made 1 start in 2023. Now he's on a practice squad.
Diamond in the rough.
For the Packers.
Diamond in the rough. When we
sound like Aladdin.
Yes. The latest will be impossible for Steve Ballmer to explain away, and we'll look at that when we come back to Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Cal Expo. Along with special guest Mitchell Tenpenny. Low Cash. Vincent Mason and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. This Saturday at Cal Expo with Proactive Pest Control, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting, just smart local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports, 1140. There is no better duo. Nope. Never.
It's the Drive Guys.
Right here on Sactown Sports.
It's Whitey and Jay today. Kyle Draper's still not feeling tip-top. Hopefully he'll be back soon. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the NBA, but in the meantime, we're still trying to figure out the 49er backup quarterback situation. They had Mike White working out yesterday. Jay not especially excited about that. I'm starting to warm up to the idea.
So Michael?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we know Mac Jones is starting. We know that Brock Purdy could be out for a while. The 49ers said today, John Lynch said today on Bay Area radio, he said, we have it as kind of a week-to-week thing, but an NFL media report said he's out 2 to 5 weeks with turf toe. So we'll see. So we're trying to figure out, all right, well, you need a backup now in case Mac Jones goes down. Who's it going to be? How about this from Seeing Brighter Sons in the YouTube chat? 49ers calling the Giants about Jameis? I don't think Kyle Shanahan wants anything to do with Jameis.
No, it's not his style, right?
Yeah.
It's more what Emran said. He's a Kirk Cousins guy.
Yes, definitely.
And I'm not saying Jameis isn't in the pocket type quarterback, but Jameis had a little much too much sauce, I think, for Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Could CJ Beathard be the answer? Let's see what JR thinks. JR, hey, what's going on? What do you think? Bring back CJ Beathard?
I'm thinking Colin Kaepernick myself.
Okay. That's not
I know he's in good shape.
Yeah. That would shake things
I'm not
up.
too worried.
Mm-hmm.
Not too. Mac's not first round pick, right? He was 15th or 16th pick overall at one time?
Higher than that, I think.
What was he, Jay?
Top 10, right? Mac Jones, a top 10 pick, wasn't he?
I forgot. I know it was first round, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So someone saw something.
Yeah,
and I know New England, and no one saw anything when he was in New England. But
11, something around there.
Something in there. And you know what?
15.
Sunday's all about?
Hey, he was right.
All about Eddie.
Yeah. Yes,
Sunday's
Eddie
all
Pinheiro.
about Eddie.
Because you're really going to need him now, huh? JR, you really need him now to have a big day.
We really... Yeah, I guess, we'll find out, old Eddie. I love his last name. It's almost like a Jimmy Giron. It's got a good Italian last name. I forget the kid's name. But
okay.
I'm excited. Hey, how about in 3 weeks, Jimmy G versus Mac Jones? How about that? That's what we're going to see in Los Angeles. Bye-bye.
See ya. I hadn't thought of it that way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mac Jones was the
15, huh?
15.
Man, I thought he was higher. Who am I mixing him up with?
I'm not sure.
Somebody. Yeah, I'm mixing him up with someone.
Yeah. And, of course, Pro Bowl 2021, all-rookie team, Pro Football Writers Association 2021. He did have that first year. It's like, wow, he could play. And then for whatever reason, probably a lot of it had to do with the offensive coordinators they gave him. Then he just couldn't. But Kyle knows it's in there somewhere. Kyle can find it. Kyle can resuscitate his career.
We're going to have to find out.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Because Kyle's a quarterback whisperer.
All you can do is go in with hope.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you have hope, there may be some success behind it.
I always laugh when people say Kyle Shanahan, quarterback whisperer, because he's obviously a great offensive play caller. But as far as being a quarterback whisperer, frankly, Jay, I just haven't seen it.
No, it's not there.
He hasn't done it with anybody. I mean, Matt Ryan I know he helped him have an MVP year, but Matt Ryan was pretty good before Kyle Shanahan got there.
Oh, yeah. He was creme de la creme.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Mm-hmm.
They just so happened to have a great year and, fumbled the bag at the end. But no, yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. And the Jimmy stuff, Jimmy put up some good numbers, but I think Kyle Shanahan in some ways might have ruined Jimmy. He put up good numbers, but he just seemed to ruin his confidence. So I don't know. Quarterback whisperer, Kyle Shanahan. Jim Harbaugh, I'd say quarterback whisperer.
I would agree with you. I would
Which
definitely
makes sense
agree
since he
with you.
played the freaking position.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm going through because I know there's one or two guys that I'm forgetting. I remember Shanahan starting with the Texans. That was Matt Schaub's year.
Yeah.
That he went bananas.
Mm-hmm.
And then he jumped over to the Redskins, right? Which is the Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
But there was somebody else in between. And I'm trying to, is that RG3? He was there with RG3, wasn't he? Oh, let's see. Washington from 2010 to 2013. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he was there with RG3.
Mm-hmm. Then he was with Cleveland for a while, too.
I'm trying to think who else I'm looking to see if he was with anybody else.
And
Kirk
I guess
Cousins
we do.
yeah.
I mean, it's almost too obvious. I guess that's why I didn't think of it. He certainly deserves some credit for Brock Purdy, right? I mean, we got to give Kyle
for sure.
a ton of credit for helping to develop Brock Purdy.
I forgot he was the year with Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember
the
that.
Brownies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember it was a big controversy whether Brian Hoyer or Johnny Manziel was going to start. And I think I won a bet because I said, they're going to start Hoyer. Beginning of that
wow.
year.
Yeah, I forgot about Manziel. That's what I said. I know there was a quarterback or two in there that I hadn't remembered. He's had some guys. I mean, RG3 had an incredible rookie year. Kirk Cousins had some good years. We know Matt Ryan played very well under him.
Right.
Johnny Manziel, no. But
I guess he gets some Kirk Cousins credit.
Oh, yeah, he definitely gets Kirk Cousins credit.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a whisperer, but he's not as bad as I thought. Like, I think it's because he's been held at such a high standard that I must have took the whole opposite route of like, nah, it ain't been that good. But he's definitely has some good guys and some good seasons.
And for me, it's this way too, Jay. Since he's been with the 49ers, he hasn't really been great.
No.
Now, if he's found his guy with Brock, tremendous. But even with Jimmy, it seemed like he just, after a while, he soured on Jimmy and never had faith in Jimmy. And it just seemed like the quarterback whisperer had a blind spot when it came to quarterbacks for a while. It's like, what's going on? But maybe now he's figured it out, and this will be a real test. We'll find out if Mac Jones is the guy. If he's able to save Mac Jones' career, turn it around, then maybe he's a legitimate quarterback whisperer after all.
Would you say, and I'm not arguing this, please, TC, don't call back and jump on my helmet. What did he save or revive Sam Darnold's career?
I guess he does deserve some credit for that, huh?
I'm asking you.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam Darnold gets most of the credit.
Sure,
Sure.
of course.
Mm-hmm.
So if you give him
I
Matt
was going to
Schaub,
accuse you of swinging from Shanahan's jock, but you really weren't. I can't do that. You said, I was like, yeah, I think you're right.
So the year he was with the Texans. Okay, so hold on, let's see.
And Matt Schaub had a great year.
He led the league in passing yards. And Andre Johnson,
boot.
My cousin had led the league in receiving yards.
Uh-huh.
So he was in 2007, he was the quarterback's coach. In 2008, he took over for the coordinator, right? And that's when Matt Schaub went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Running that play action, zone stretch, naked boot.
Straight. So let's see, 2010, that's Robert Griffin. Or no, that's 12. 12, right? So who was the quarterback in 10 and 11 for Washington? We need to go back and look at that. But 12 and 13, he had RG3 and Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a good move.
Mm-hmm.
14, he jumps over to Cleveland, which I have no clue. That just, guess that's a leverage jump. Johnny Manziel, Brian Hoyer.
Yeah. Then he brings Hoyer with him to San Francisco.
Then he goes to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Ryan. Truly, could you argue Frisco might be his worst quarterback situation?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah. And that's one of the big reasons they brought him in. And for the most part, they're happy because he's been to 2 Super Bowls and all that. But that's been one of the most befuddling aspects of his time in San Francisco.
Oof.
Couldn't quite figure out the quarterback situation.
Jimmy
But now they got it solved as long as they can keep Brock healthy.
Yeah.
And I think
you might have lucked up with this.
I think he was talked into Jimmy G too. I think he was talked into Trey Lance, and I think he was talked into Jimmy G.
I'm with you. I truly believe he wanted Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
They were squatting, waiting on Kirk Cousins to come.
That's why they didn't even look at Mahomes. They didn't even look at him.
Yeah,
we're going to get Kirk Cousins as a free agent tonight.
Mahomes wasn't Mahomes out of Texas Tech.
Yeah, but he's worth, if you have that pick there, is worth
of course,
looking at.
Of course, all of
them. I think Arizona also passed on him, and they needed a quarterback.
You ain't lying.
Yeah. And I think Bruce Arians was the one running the show there.
I think so. I think you're right.
He wrote a book called The Quarterback Whisperer.
Yeah.
So you're right. Always easier in hindsight. Jay, I wanted to see what you think here of the latest on Steve Ballmer. Pablo Torres, he apparently has a little more, Pablo Torre, pardon me. He has a little more in reserve here. And, he came out with a story and the NBA pushed back on it. We heard yesterday the commissioner saying, well, it's a burden of proof. We got to prove things. So it sounded like the NBA's gradually trying to say, we're not sure any of this is right. But now we have this from Pablo Torre finds out today. He says December of 22, Aspiration was running out of money. Okay. That's the company that was supposedly hired Kawhi. So employees, executives were laid off. Outgoing payments were on hold, including to Kawhi Leonard. So December 22, that company running out of money, about to go under. That same month, according to Pablo Torre finds out, a Clippers minority owner by the name of Dennis J. Wong made a $2 million investment in Aspiration, which turned around and paid Leonard $1.75 million as required through his endorsement contract with the environmental company. You got that? So this company's losing money.
But still paying him.
They're losing money and they don't have money to pay anybody. They're laying off people. But out of the blue, Dennis J. Wong, who is the Clippers' alternate governor, was also Steve Ballmer's college roommate. He decides, I'm going to invest $2 million in that company that's losing all this money right now. What a time to invest money in them, right? They're on the verge of going out of business. Yeah. And then, it's a good thing he did because then they're able to pay Kawhi Leonard.
Just so happened the 1.7.
When Uncle, it's like, and isn't it lucky that he decided to invest just enough to make that payment to Kawhi? Just enough. What a stroke of luck.
A little extra on top.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and keep the $300,000. Because nowadays you get charged a fee for paying your bills. So go ahead and keep the fee it's going to take to pay that bill.
So you have somebody who was an official with Aspiration. They're identified as one of the initial sources on this Pablo Torre story. Here's what they say about it. Quote, there's multiple things that are conspicuous. One, we're broke. We're broke. So to invest in a broke company is beyond me. And then the other thing is the amount that's being invested. That's such a nominal amount if we're talking pure investment, especially in a late stage startup that's already raised a year earlier, $300 million. What does $2 million buy you? So it does look very, very suspicious, Jay.
Agreed. Agreed. Somewhere down the line, and I was thinking about this when we were talking about the league and coming down. We played Adam Silver's clip on the situation.
Yeah.
Pablo Torre.
I think we have some Pablo Torre in there somewhere, by the way.
Hey, you want to hear it?
Sure. I would love to.
No problem.
Yeah. Is it especially long? If it's too long,
It probably is knowing Kyle Ledbetter.
Okay.
I'll triple check.
Yeah.
But what happens if the league does nothing?
Bobby Marks says teams are not expecting the Clippers to receive a significant penalty. Now, that was before today's news broke, but that's what Bobby Marks said. So that seems to be the way the league is trying to herd this thing.
So if nothing happens today, right? Excuse me, nothing happens to
the Clippers?
To the Clippers or Uncle Dennis or Kawhi, Steve Ballmer, Dennis J. Wong, anyone. Nothing happens. And Pablo Torre comes out with another report of something. And nothing happens. Who's gaining what with this? Is it
by shoving it all under the rug, by sweeping it under the rug?
Well, I guess, and I might have to reach out to Pablo so we can get him on. Pablo is throwing all of these things out there to let the public know.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a damn about what the NBA media and all.
Well, he's a journalist.
He's
Like,
a journalist,
he's reporting
right?
on a story.
He's reporting
This
a
is the
story.
truth.
Exactly. Well, to him it is allegedly right
Yeah,
now. We
yeah.
can't say it is. So he's doing his job. He's, he is an investigative reporter, and nothing happens. Who wins versus who loses in this? Because who can stand to win versus who can stand to lose is different compared to, and follow me, if someone loses, like the people who gain, people who probably lose the most would be Steve Ballmer or Kawhi Leonard or Uncle Dennis.
Yes, but the other owners, some of them apparently would tell you, well, we lost big on this. But I don't know because, and not to interrupt here.
No.
But we had Chris Mannix last week saying, oh, the owners are furious, right?
Yep.
Now we have Bobby Marks saying the teams that I've talked to, they're not expecting a penalty, a significant penalty, if anything. Huh?
And I think that's where I'm going with this, Whitey, is at the extreme, who gains the most out of this? If this being
the
reported,
Clippers go down,
yes, who gains the
Pablo
most?
Torre gains a lot.
Okay,
yeah.
Then reversing, who's the person or organization or anything that is probably going to be set to lose the most? It'd probably be Steve Ballmer.
Sure.
At max, they could say, okay, you got to sell the team, right?
Right.
So I'm saying to you, when I really weigh, and that's what I'm getting to, when I really weigh the situation and who could win versus who could lose, the league ain't gonna do nothing. Well, because they're, if anything, when it's really all said and done, and this is the way I'm thinking of it, is Pablo Torre has already won. He truly has already won because he has cracked the code. He has stated, he has done his job. He has investigated and said, this is the report. This is what I found. And these are the findings, right?
Yeah. And he's probably got more cards to play.
I guarantee. I'm with that.
Yeah.
I truly believe he has a few things.
Yeah.
But if the league would not win if they got rid of Steve Ballmer, if they went against Kawhi Leonard, if they listened to the owners and said, you know what, we're going to get Ballmer out of here, or we're going to fine him 500, whatever, 10 million. Like, what is the league going to benefit from?
Yeah.
So I say that in the form of, I don't think they're going to do nothing.
I understand that. And you may be right. That's one of the things you and I were talking about when this story first broke, trying to figure that out.
Right.
But the league is the owners, among other things. And if the other owners, if Chris Mannix's reporting is correct, and if what he's saying is true, that some of the other owners are furious, then the owners wouldn't stand for that. That's where it's confusing, because now we're getting owners are furious. This is terrible for the Clippers. And we're also getting, teams I talk to don't expect anything to happen. I think there is an effort underway by the NBA to try to clean it up as best they can. And then, they got to try to do that. And then as they do that yesterday at the media conference, and Pablo Torre comes out the next day with more.
Right.
I mean, they got to be looking over their shoulder, wondering what's next. I don't know that they'll be able to clean this up. It's just a matter, I think, of if they can long play it to a point where fans lose interest in it, it'll just kind of go away on its own. But don't the owners have to hold Steve Ballmer accountable for this? If this is such a blatant violation and cap circumvention?
Yes, and that's why I proposed the question is if the rest of the league owners say, okay, well, we have a problem, like you're stating, Chris Mannix reported, and they go to Adam Silver, and we just heard what Adam Silver, it was tongue in cheek. There was a lot of nothing right there. But I truly believe he's saying a lot of nothing because they don't know. They're doing their own research. They have their own private investigation. The league is not stupid. They're not ignorant. So I'm going at it in the form of this, and I'm going to try to simplify it as much as possible. The ownership groups, other owners throughout the league can kick, scream, cry, and do whatever the hell they want to. The only way to me that I think if what Chris Mannix is saying, they're super upset, then the only thing that would probably make them go away is, well, not only, there's two things. Either Steve Ballmer's ass got to go, or you're going to have to pay us a whole hell of a lot of money.
That's it. And he could do it.
And that's the point.
Yeah.
So my point of it is who's winning out of this? Because the ownership group is going to get money and or see Steve Ballmer leave. Well, they would lose if Steve Ballmer is no longer an owner because he's one of the better owners in the league.
I think it goes this way, and you've got me thinking this way. The commissioner goes to the other owners, and Steve Ballmer says, look, this looks bad for all of us. And an owner says, well, this is bad. Okay, look, it looks bad, especially because we weren't out in front of this. We didn't discover it. We've got somebody, looking into our business, and look what they find, peeking into our backyard, and it's terrible. Look, let's do this. We all band together on this and say, oh, you know what? We didn't really see anything wrong. But Steve Ballmer, you got to pay every owner in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting fined. We're just not telling anybody.
Sure.
And it's going to be a heavy fine. Right? Wouldn't that make sense?
I could see it, but we wouldn't hear about it.
Right, exactly. What we would hear is, that's a burden of proof. It's substantial, and we couldn't meet it. We couldn't find the smoking gun.
And so then what would they say? Well, Steve Ballmer's been fined, undisclosed amount, and we move on.
Mm-hmm. When in fact, he's going to have to pay.
He's dropping $25 million to everybody.
Yeah.
So yet again, the league wins.
Yeah. I guess everybody wins.
So realistically, the Pablo Torre report is all for nothing, unless you're saying, here comes the conspiracy theory people.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it. I knew the NBA has been cheating for years. Oh, I knew the Lakers have been doing it. They took the championship away from the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, Chris Paul couldn't go to the Lakers. So unless Pablo Torre, and it's nothing against him. I'm just truly asking, what is going to come from, what is the ordeal that's going to come for this that anybody, meaning fans, not the league, because the league's going to consistently win. They've already told us. Adam Silver point blank said, we don't give a damn about how you watch us. Just pay that money. That's pretty much what he said.
Yeah.
What's coming from this? As a fan of the Sacramento Kings, how am I supposed to feel if I look over and Pablo Torre blatantly says the Clippers have cheated?
Well, I think we may never know it if that's the way it goes, but I think it's pretty clear that based on Mannix's reporting, other teams around the league, they don't just look at this as nothing. So maybe they're not going to publicly vent all that, but
sure,
if you're a fan, you can probably assume, not for 100%, but you can assume that whatever was going on along these lines with teams circumventing the cap, the league's going to keep
nip it in the
owners
bud
on a much tighter leash. They're not going to promote it. They're not going to publicize it, but they're going to keep an eye on it because owners it's like that costs them money. These are our rules. We can't compete with you. This costs us money. We can't have it. All right. You know, Commissioner Silver, we'll just keep it in-house. So you'll be compensated, but let's keep a lid on it. And everybody, we're all on the same page for the good of the league. Oh yeah, we didn't really find anything, but you'll be taken care of.
So as a fan, and here I go, as a Sacramento King fan, I would say this, and this is big picture. This is allegedly. I would say, you know what? All the things and all the conspiracy theories that I've ever thought about the NBA, to me, this proves that it is right. And this, to me, proves that a championship was taken to me. And all you're telling me is now you've brought me to the principal office, and we're all sitting in the principal office, and we're looking at little Jack, and Jack is getting ready to get that tail whooped.
Little Steve
is getting ready, and on the toilet. He just got pulled from the toilets, and he's getting ready to get that tail whooped. But when it's all really said and done, you know what, Steve? We just want to let you know, in front of everybody in the office, in front of the whole school, we brought you up to the stage and said, you better not do that next time. Please. And listen, everybody, look up here, right here. Don't do what Steve did, because what he did goes against our rules of the school referendum.
I got a question for you on that. And I'll ask you when we come right back. Also, we'll look at whether what the commissioner said yesterday was the dumbest thing any commissioner has ever said in any sport. I don't think it was. That's next. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Let's go. You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
A little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
With football in the air, fall is almost here. Time to start thinking about the cooler weather ahead and whether your heater will be able to get you through the winter. Our heater fell apart last winter, so who did we call? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We wanted somebody we could trust to do the job right and deliver great value, and Lee's came through. Check them out at leesair.com. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating has built a reputation as the leading HVAC company in Sacramento. We've got a new HVAC system that works great, saves us money month to month. Find out how they can help you at leesair.com. License number 635355.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's TREX.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
I've always believed that golf is more than just a game. It embodies integrity, commitment, and a sense of style. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa, and I'd like to tell you a bit about Naturewood Home Furnishings, a business that shares these same values. With the Procore Championship Professional Golf Tournament happening at the stunning Silverado Resort in Napa, I couldn't help but notice the parallels. Just like the game of golf, Naturewood has built its reputation on integrity, commitment, and timeless style. Looking to bring a unique style into your home? Naturewood offers custom certified designers who can help you craft the perfect look tailored just for you. And while you're enjoying the elegance of the tournament this week, along with Napa's world-class wine and food, be sure to visit Naturewood Home Furnishings. You'll discover pieces with the same sophistication and quality as the game itself. Who knows? You might even find an heirloom that will be passed down for generations. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Just look for the water wheel.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
I got a question for you, Jay, about how the NBA may handle this. Given what Pablo Torre reported today and given the way the NBA handled it yesterday, Jay and I have a theory that the NBA is going to publicly downplay the whole thing, and whatever they do to the Clippers will be behind closed doors. Maybe it'll involve a hefty fine. Just a guess. But before we get into that,
you're going to be like, you know what, man? Let me take that out of my sock.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
Yeah. Each owner will get a little fee,
a
little Christmas bonus.
Yeah.
But yesterday, I know we talked about this yesterday, and a lot of people have been talking about it since. The commissioner yesterday talking about the price, the cost of all the games that are being streamed now. And he said there's a huge amount of our content that people can essentially consume for free. This is very much a highlights-based sport. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it, any service, there's an enormous amount of content out there. YouTube is another example that is advertising-based that consumers can consume, end quote. And people were upset, like, well, you're telling me, oh, it's okay, pat on the head. If you can't afford the games, you can watch the highlights for free. The other thing about that that's really dumb is I could tell you for the last 40, 50 years, people who have criticized the NBA, one of the things they've said is, all you got to watch is the last 2 minutes. That's been, people are like, the NBA stinks. You just need to watch the last 2 minutes. The commissioner yesterday said, yeah, they're right. You just need to watch the highlights. That is so stupid.
Just watch the package.
Yeah. Yes, it's very insulting. It's also stupid. It's the second stupidest thing I've ever heard a commissioner say. The stupidest is a few years ago when Commissioner Manfred was investigating Astros. The scandal where they were stealing signs.
Beating on the garbage can.
Yeah. And he was explaining why he didn't take any action against the Astros. And he said, well, we had to give the players immunity so we could find out what happened. And then you give the players immunity, you can't punish them. And then, people were upset because they thought, well, wait a minute, that tarnishes the trophy, the World Series trophy. And here's what he said. That's the stupidest thing any commissioner has ever said. He said, the trophy is just a hunk of metal.
Mm-hmm.
The commissioner of baseball said that.
Yeah.
Basically telling us, I don't even really like baseball.
Doesn't even matter to me.
Yeah.
It's a job.
Yeah. That was terrible. And what Commissioner Silver said yesterday, very, very dumb.
Someone's kind of covering both, and I agree with them. 916 fellas, the fix capital is in.
The fix is in.
They have all done this, I would imagine, in the league. And given what Silver just admitted, which is what you're talking about, it means money is the only thing. Mm-hmm. And smaller markets like us will always be screwed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I was getting to. We were working our way to that.
Mm-hmm.
Is if I started to get towards the end, if I'm a Sacramento Kings fan, if I'm a Portland Trail Blazers fan, if I am a fill in the blank fan, and I see this, and I've been on the precipice of a championship, and I'll just use the Kings for an example, where a lot of people who float the purple believe the championship was taken away from you. We talk about the frozen envelope. We talk about the lottery, all these different things. We've seen Chris Paul. Nope, you can't go there. There's been so many things, and I understand the league is very old when it comes to the age of the NBA. But if I'm a fan, and this is my argument, if I'm a fan, and in one day you tell me it don't really matter if I can't afford to go to the game, and then within the same vein within the same week, we come out and we're really trying to figure out, and what Pablo Torre, to me, he is showing me there's some issues there.
Mm-hmm.
All I have to do is sift through the situation and use my common sense. 2 things in 1 week have told me I don't have a damn shot. And I'm basically going against the league, the association. And that's my question is, as a fan, why am I still rocking with the NBA, right? Mm-hmm. And then the second part of it is it's for the greater good of the league. And that's why I proposed the question first. Even with Pablo Torre coming out with all of this, Whitey, and I'm not asking you, I'm just throwing it out there, just saying, who is the person that's going to win and who's the person that's going to lose?
Yeah, I understand your point, but let's remember the Clippers did all this. They haven't won anything.
0.
Yeah.
True.
So it's not like, oh, they win all the time and I can't compete because they do that. They did it and it hasn't worked.
But I will say this, and this is what I think some of the Chris Mannix is saying, is the ownership groups are worried about the money. They could say all they want about, well, they cheated the bottom line and who won and who made the playoffs. But in the bottom line to the ownership group, it's because I lost out on 2 or 3 other playoff games where I could have made about 15 million, 25 million, whatever I make in a certain night. What I'm saying to you as a fan, as an onlooker, as somebody who spends my hard-earned money, when I come in here and have to take what you and Drapes and Whitey and Ramsey talk about, when I could be at my house being a parent or a husband, but I'm spending my money on the league and I'm taking my time to that. My thing is there's no win in this because the league has told me we don't really care about you. And that is, if I'm the league, if I'm the PR, if I'm the marketing, if I'm in that department, man, you better believe it's tough right now.
It's a slippery slope for them. Yesterday, the commissioner talked about how, we've got this burden of proof, and it's only prudent to make sure that no one is leaping to conclusions. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. I understand you want to come out and say, look, we've got to prove things. We got to find smoking gun. Just because somebody reported some things that people are running with, that doesn't mean that's the truth. So, okay, I get that. On the other hand, there's this. He basically said, boy, it's hard to prove it. Did he not?
Yeah, he did.
Zach Lowe had this on a podcast recently. The CBA itself, the collective bargaining agreement, Article 13 says cap circumvention, quote, may be proven by direct or circumstantial evidence, including but not limited to evidence that a player contract cannot rationally be explained in the absence of conduct violative of salary cap rules. So in other words, if you got a violation and you really can't explain that, we don't have proof that you did it, but how do you explain that in any way that makes sense? I don't see how they do that. And so given what Pablo Torre reported today, this is very close already to the proof that according to the CBA, that's all they need to determine there clearly was a violation there.
Yeah, I think they already have it.
Yes.
In my eye.
So my question for you was this, Jay, and this is just your opinion. I'm not trying to pin you down or disagree with you.
What are we doing here?
If you're the NBA, what do you think makes more sense for them to come out and say, yes, we did our investigation. This is a clear violation. We're cracking down on the Clippers, draft picks, the contracts violated, all that. Or does it make more sense to go, we'll handle it, behind closed doors, but publicly, we didn't really find anything. Which of those two do you I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
In your opinion, which makes more sense? Which is better from the league standpoint?
I'll tell you one thing. I think it's a combination of both. And I know I'm kind of sneaking out the back door on the question.
That's fine.
I think you come out and say, hey, you know what? The burden of proof and the things that we know, we see a little bit of smoke, but we weren't able to catch the fire. The fire was put out before the smoke hit the air. And so we're going to choose to handle this behind closed doors. But I also think to try, and here we go. And this is kind of, we're talking in around circles, the integrity of the game.
Yeah.
To keep fans locked and loaded so they don't continue to question, well, man, why am I in this? What am I here for? Because truly, as that person I read, the fix is in. Like, I truly feel that way. And as much as, Draper's here, but they say to Jay, come on, man. You're talking about the envelope. But I get it. He's part of the league. So he has to defend the league. I think they come to the point of two things. We're going to control it behind closed doors. And as you said, Steve Ballmer, you're going to have to pony up some of that cash because you follow the money. Second part of it becomes, we're going to go ahead and we'll tackle a few your second round draft picks. Matter of fact, we'll do 5 years. We'll make it look strong.
Yeah.
5 years, your second round picks are gone. Oh, by the way, we're not going to hold up the fact that you could trade to go get a few more second round draft picks. And you know what? We'll fine you. That's all that's going to happen. And that's why I continue to keep on saying the conspiracy theorists, they should be eating this up. And that's why I asked the question, who's winning? Because Pablo Torre for sure has already won. The league is going to continue to win. The league
is the house. You don't beat the house.
There you go. And that's the point. So now with that precedent being set, this is what I'm asking, because it's happened before. When we talk about conspiracy theory, when we come on this show and something happened, it's going to be mighty tough for a Whitey, a me, a Draper, a Carmichael Dave, a Ramsey to sit in this seat and say, nah, that didn't really happen. When it was shown it happened, but you swept it under the rug. So my question again is, Whitey, who's taking the loss? The way I look at it is the fan, the consumer, and it only makes it tougher because the commissioner just told us we don't even give a damn about y'all.
Hanging a nail on your own fans.
Man. And now to take the next conversation, to take the conversation deeper, and I understand, we're just having a conversation. I'm not living this. But man, if I'm a fan, and which I am of the NBA, I tell you this, I might have just became a fan of lesser extent now. Because I'm a Kings fan.
We'll see how they handle it, Jay.
Well, I'm just saying.
We'll see what they decide to do.
I felt like my championship was ripped from me. It truly was. Now I'm feeling some kind of way about the league, Whitey.
We'll come back and wrap things up before Thursday Night Football. Lots of focus on Mac Jones, but here's the actual key to a 49er win on Sunday. We'll look at that when we come back to Sactown Sports.
The Allen Styles Show.
The Athletics taking on Minnesota. All I know is that the state fair in Minnesota was so big. All I know is I saw fried butter. Has anybody ever had fried butter?
You've had fried Oreos and Twinkies. That's crazy.
Different. No, that's not different. And it was a Snickers.
That's still crazier than just butter.
No, it's not.
You can listen to the Allen Styles Show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sactown Sports app.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-275-1728. That's 800-275-1728.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. This National Recovery Month, start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip, if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Hi, Sacramento. It's the No Surprise guys at Bell Brothers Plumbing. Need a water heater or plumbing repair? Call Bell Brothers. Clogged drain? We'll clear it for $67. Plus a free camera inspection, a $250 value. We're fast, on time, and the price we quote is the price you pay. No surprises. Plus, we'll check your plumbing for free. Call Bell Brothers or book at thenosurpriseguys.com.
Drapes and Whitey. Whitey and Drapes. You know the pair, the Drive Guys.
I think we got some folks fired up, Jay. Got some basketball fans
about
around here fired up. But we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how the NBA is going to handle this. We don't know what the NBA is even going to find. We'll get back to that conversation top of the hour. It's Jay and Whitey. Yeah, we got Thursday Night Football bottom of the hour, right,
Bottom
Jay?
of the hour, yes, sir.
Yeah, so we'll go to pregame coverage of Washington and Green Bay bottom of the next hour. So that gives us a chance here to catch up on what the 49ers need to do to win. What do you think of that, Jay? You got Brock Purdy out, George Kittle out. So how do you beat the lowly Saints who just got beaten at home by the Arizona Cardinals? What is the key to victory for the 49ers?
Good defense. I think it's super simple. The same thing we probably would have said if they were playing.
Mm-hmm.
Pitch and catch and defense. Don't overthink against the Saints.
Yes, I agree with you. I would add one other element
Running.
to our delicious
What you got?
stew, and then we'll sprinkle some. You know. we have in here the Kelly Clarkson show, and it just happens to be on. Quite often, there's games on there. And I don't guess there's nothing else going on now, but she was doing some cooking segment with somebody, and we don't have the sound on, and they were cooking, I don't know, some kind of stew or something.
I don't know what, chili, stew, soup,
and
something.
we can't hear it, but she's trying it, and she's like, that's so good. Then she's got a chef with her. He tries it, and then he's saying how good it is. Then he goes over and gets some kind of seasoning and puts it in, and Jay says, man, that must have been horrible. Because the guy right away tries it. He goes, oh, yes. And he put a lot of seasoning in there.
He went straight to the seasoning rack. He was like, yeah. He's shaking his head. So he probably was like, yeah, I might have misstepped here a little bit on my
yeah. But Kelly Clarkson sold
garlic
it.
salt.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Have you ever on TV, live, recorded, anytime, ever seen anyone like, oh, that's not it? Like, that's nasty.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen? You can have right.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that before?
Hoda, you can have mine. No, I don't think I have.
Never ever, right?
Yeah.
Never ever have that ever happen.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
And it happens probably a good 20% of the time, 15 to 20% of the time. Yeah.
And our organic livelihood, like the way we, of course, man. Plenty. It's plenty. I mean, you could be cooking something, right?
Yeah.
And you're cooking, and you're like, oh, it tastes like, oh, that's a little bitter or something. Like, I got to add this to it. Or, yeah, for sure. It happens.
I haven't watched it in a long time, but have you ever watched Chopped?
The show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where they give you the basket.
Yes.
Make some out of the ingredients.
Octopus.
Yes.
Mango.
And peanut butter.
Right.
Yeah. And you've got 5 minutes. Go. It's so funny because, I don't know if they tell the people ahead of time and they're scrambling, but it just cracks me up that these people have these 3 elements that would never go together. They have virtually no time to cook them, but they scrape some together and then they put them in front of the judges and they're like,
experts.
Oh, yeah, this. Yeah, whoa. It's like, yeah, I wonder why it's no good. What an upset. You just had reindeer hooves, paper, and popcorn. And like,
persimmons.
This is not happening.
And you can't use the persimmons for liquid. You can
right.
You gotta do something with it.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know the other thing I always say this to, and my wife and them always be like, man, come on, you don't know. I always be like, the experts, and I understand, you can be considered an expert because you've won some awards or, you're very known, you have a good reputation.
Yeah.
But when it comes to cooking, I'm a firm believer. It's all about the taste buds. It's all about what you like. We're all our own person for a reason. We don't all like the same thing. So as much as if I am a expert chef, but I have dislikes too. So as much as you might like persimmons, I don't. But if you puree them and throw them across a steak, nah, that's not for me. Because as much as, okay, I like the steak, I don't like the persimmons taste. So it's like, oh, yeah, this is a little too sweet. Well, no, duh, because you don't like persimmons.
Why is persimmons in your basket?
I don't have
there's nothing wrong with it. It's just curious.
I have no clue. I was trying to think of something random, and I was like, yeah, persimmons is pretty random.
Yeah, yeah. Some of those baskets are like,
wow. Oh, they're out of pocket.
Do they tell people ahead of time, or are they just really going, okay, here I go, 20 minutes, I got to make it? And they always go to the freaking ice cream machine, and the ice cream machine's broken, like every time.
McDonald's?
Don't go to the ice cream machine. It's going to get jammed. It's going to put you way behind schedule. Every time.
Don't do it.
I haven't watched it in
Put
a
it
long
in the
time.
blender.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking what gives me, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to go back to my old recipe when my mom taught me how to make biscuits. I'm thinking about making persimmons, biscuits, and jelly.
Right.
You're like, what?
Yes. And one of the tells is a hash. I'm going to make a hash, which is just everything together. And they try to make
a
it sound
souffle.
Like, yeah. You got a persimmon, steak, and reindeer hooves hash for you today, chefs.
A salad. Who watches those shows?
I used to watch it, and I just kind of got out
on
of
a regular.
And I don't. Yeah, kind of.
Really?
Did you ever watch Iron Chef? The original.
No.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, not for me.
Because you'd have like a guest chef, and they got to pick which chef they wanted to take on. But the original, that hasn't been on.
And what? I've had the opportunity to be blessed to go to Chef Ramsay's restaurants and stuff. No disrespect, man. His food ain't jumping out the bag like that either, though. And I'm like, man, this the dude that's pushing people around.
Yeah.
Like, and I know he didn't cook it. Obviously it's his recipe or whatever. But I'm like, I need a little bit of salt there too, big dog.
Yeah,
So
it's a great
part
point
of it.
Yeah, that there's some restaurants that you go by there and that people are lined up for, especially like a lunch place or something. People are lined up.
Yeah.
And that they're only lined up because there's a line there.
Yes.
And in their heads, this is great. How do you know it's great? Everyone's lined up. How's the food? It must be great. Well, how's it taste? I don't know, but it must be great because people are lined up for it, so I better get in line.
Yes. Real fast, because I know we got a break. Shouts out to Ken, one of our listeners, Ken. Man, gracious. Extending the offer to me and you because he says, picks up the phone, like, hey, what's going on? He's like, hey, Jay, this is going to sound weird, but just hear me out. I'm like, all right, of course, let's do it. It's like, hey, man, you guys were talking about the kitchen a few weeks back.
Yes.
I go to the kitchen quite frequently. I have some good inside information there. I could get there every month, do my thing, whatever the case may be. I frequent the restaurant. I love it. It's like I have a reservation this weekend.
Wow.
And I got canceled on. So me and my lovely wife, we're missing another pair. Would you or Whitey want to come?
Oh, wow.
I'm like,
that's
what?
Really nice. Yes.
Man, shouts out to Ken, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Man. Beautiful, man.
That was when I was waiting in line because I thought I was going to pick up my order there. I thought I was.
Yeah, you're going to Sellens.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And they said, we don't have takeout here.
Get in line.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah,
that's
shouts
very
out
nice.
to Ken.
Very
Man.
nice.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we'll come back with more on the 49ers, Mac Jones, the keys to victory, and more on Kawhi Gate. And we'll wrap things up here. Coming up here, Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
More fiber and laxatives, eh? Who are you? I'm future you. Future me? Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Our doctor figured it out. It's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. But not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Keeping your engines healthy means protecting them in season and out. Experts trust Stable to do that. And third-party testing confirms it. Stable is the industry leader in preventing fuel-related issues, no matter if you use it in your car, boat, or outdoor power equipment. In season or out, at every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable.
The Sactown Sports 49ers report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. The 49ers got their season started successfully with a last-minute win in Seattle, 17-13. Jake Tonjes, the hero, making a leaping grab in the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. Niners back on the road this week in New Orleans. You can catch all the actions on Sunday right here on Sactown Sports 1140, beginning at 9 a.m.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting, just smart local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Yeah, it's Jay and Whitey, and we take you up to our pregame coverage of Washington and the Packers. Kyle Draper's a little under the weather today. Hopefully he'll be back soon. We've been talking a lot today about the ongoing investigation into whatever happened with the Clippers and their potential salary cap circumvention. I know Pablo Torre has been leading the charge. He had the first story that the league reacted to yesterday. The commissioner, as you know, talked about how, well, you know, we gotta meet a burden of proof. And then today, Pablo Torre dropped another shoe, which basically shows that the company that was paying Kawhi Leonard, it was about to go out of business. They were laying people off when suddenly, just as Kawhi Leonard was due to receive another payment, one of the Clippers partners invested $2 million in the company, and then boom, it wasn't $2 million. What was it, Jay? I'm sorry. They invested.
No, you're right. $2 million, and the payment was 1.7.
Thank you. Yes, yep. And so then
or 1.9. It was
1.75.
Yeah,
all of a sudden, he got his payment. So Pablo reported on that. So we'll see what the league says, if anything, about that. So it's interesting because there have been some people now. I know even locally, there's been some. What is Pablo Torre getting out of this? Why is he doing this? Which to me is like kind of obvious. Like that's what he does. He's an investigative reporter. And yeah, he's not doing it out of the goodness of his heart. It's his job, but he's doing some excellent reporting. Here's Carrie Belkin on X. I don't know who Carrie Belkin is. Nothing against Carrie Belkin, but this is kind of a sharp question for Pablo Torre. And then we have his answer. Carrie Belkin says, probably doesn't help that you're intentionally not releasing the whole of your report at once in order to farm for engagement for your podcast. Release the entirety of what you have and let people see it rather than treat it like a game.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody said that.
So, yes.
Carrie Belkin said that.
Carrie Belkin said that. Pablo Torre responds, I'm only releasing what would satisfy the highest standards of fact-checking. It took 7 months to report the first one. It's why I waited for a second person who cooperated with federal agencies to go on tape for this one, and it's why I feel like I'm now going insane. His motives are beyond reproach. Even if it's just, I want to make money, I'm going to report on this. I don't know what his motivation is, but he's a reporter. He's reporting on things that are happening.
Yeah, why is he catching flag?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's weak.
Yes, I agree.
That's weak. I agree. That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible, man. He's doing his job.
And there aren't enough people doing what he does in
Correct.
sports.
Yes. Yeah. Investigative reporting has went by the wayside because social network has shown. Well, first of all, people are just so prudent to tell you and show you what they're doing anyway that half the time it's not even a secret anymore.
Right.
So that's part of it.
That's part of it. A big part of it also is this. You've got, say, NFL Network, which is now owned by ESPN. They're partners in the NFL. Are they going to do investigative reporting on what's going on behind the scenes in the NFL? No, they're not.
Of course not.
Yes.
So it's because they're hurting themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as you said, they're in it on the same team. I can't believe somebody is asking why Pablo Torre is doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because he signed on the line to say, hey, listen, this is my job.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do, and I'm getting paid for this.
And a huge part of, I think, being successful with a podcast is what's your niche? What do you do that people don't do? Well, he's definitely found it, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I think what you said is spot on in the form of there aren't that many. And when I say there aren't that many on the national level, on the grand scheme of things, when it comes to investigative reporting, especially someone who has the chops, who can go behind scenes and go get a, I won't say take down because he hasn't done that, but throw some darts at Kawhi Leonard or the NBA or Steve Ballmer. And, quiet is kept. Even if there are a lot of people who do it, they don't want to put their time into it. They want to be an insider or a beat reporter, or, so yeah, the lane that he has established for himself is few and far in between right now on a national level.
And it's hard. And I know Mike Florio was just writing about this, and he was saying, look, what Pablo Torre is doing is journalism, as opposed to, and there's nothing wrong with this, but let's not confuse it with journalism. Take any of your insiders that are popular. They have information. They release it first. It's going to be released anyway.
Yeah.
Pablo Torre is coming up with stuff that people don't want out there.
Correct.
That's journalism.
Yes, sir.
Being the first to report so-and-so is signing with X team. We all want to know that information, but that's hardly investigative journalism.
Yeah, because it's the same thing I always say, when it comes to King's information. So one of my pet peeves, and I understand it, which is why I don't complain about it, because why can I complain about people doing their job? But my pet peeve is we follow everybody that's locked and loaded when it comes to the Kings. But I'm on those same emails. I'm on a lot of the same. I'm on all the press releases. And half the time we getting the information just as they're getting the information.
Mm-hmm.
I just, as you say, don't choose to be out there to be an insider. But I say that to say when we get a press release and it's like, oh, the Kings are signing this person, and it's not a breaking news. It has something to do with an injury or something.
Yeah.
We all get it, but you go to social network and every Kings reporter is saying what they're supposed to say. They're doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that, as you said, that's not the ilk of journalism. That's not what Pablo Torre is doing. And it's interesting that Mike Florio said that, because he's like, hey, that's what he's doing. And I was getting ready to say, Mike Florio, you don't do that anymore. You've stepped away from that. Now he's become the analyst, the opinionated person.
Yeah.
Versus the reporting.
And he's on, isn't he still on Sunday Night Football on NBC? So yeah, they don't want him doing a lot.
No, they don't. Yeah. He's not getting paid for that no more. Right.
ESPN here, ESPN.com, with some news on what the potential punishments could be for the Clippers if they're found to be in violation of, if they're found to have circumvented the cap. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, Jay, dear listener, I've seen some things about potential penalties. This sounds like, wow, that's not that bad. Quote, under the circumvention rules of the NBA's 2023 collective bargaining agreement, teams can be punished for circumventing the salary cap. Penalties can include fines up to $7.5 million. For Steve Ballmer, he laughs at that. Direct forfeiture of draft picks, voiding any player contract, and a suspension up to a year for any team personnel found to have engaged in such a violation. That doesn't sound like it has as much teeth as I think it should have, Jay.
Looking for something a little more extenuating?
I guess there's wiggle room in there. Obviously, direct forfeiture of draft picks could be anything from you lose your number one pick for 5 years to we're going to take a second rounder from you in 2037. So,
right.
Yeah, okay. Voiding any player contract, that you'd have to do that. If someone signs someone illegally or against the rules to a contract, you have to void the contract. That almost goes without saying. And then up to a year suspension for any team personnel found to have engaged in such a violation. That's why I think Kevin McHale and somebody else with the Timberwolves, I think they got that suspension.
Yeah.
Maybe the owner for the Joe Smith
Lynn
situation.
Taylor?
But yeah. Doesn't sound that bad.
Doesn't sound that bad because we know how it goes. Do you think and Steve Ballmer has already come out and said, I had no clue, no idea. So unless you prove it with, he put his name, an autograph on a paper, they got him at the bank making a deposit, handing a gold envelope on the corner to Kawhi or Uncle Dennis. I mean, he's out of it. So the next person is Daniel J. Wong. Okay, if he didn't have anything to do with it, then you get down to the next person.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it, Frank Lawrence, GM?
Oh, Lawrence Frank.
Lawrence Frank, excuse me, Lawrence Frank.
Yeah.
Like, he's not in it.
Right. The Clippers said yesterday, the notion that Steve invested in aspiration in order to funnel money to Kawhi Leonard is absurd. There is nothing unusual or untoward about team sponsors doing endorsement deals with players on the same team. Neither Steve nor the Clippers organization had any oversight of Kawhi's independent endorsement agreement with aspiration. To say otherwise is flat out wrong, end quote. Clippers have also said that they have proof that this didn't happen. We haven't seen that yet.
No.
We haven't seen that proof. That's hard to imagine. But again, you had Aspiration, the company that was supposed to pay Kawhi Leonard, going out of business. They were laying people off. They didn't have the money to pay him. They couldn't honor their agreement because they didn't have money. And then a Clipper partner invests just enough money in the failing company to pay off Kawhi Leonard. That's curious.
Yeah, ain't nothing gonna happen, Whitey. Don't hold your breath.
Something has to happen. Even if it's just the NBA going, oh, nothing to see here. I mean, that's something.
He's already
People
said
would
it.
Be up in arms about that.
Commission's already said it. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
He didn't quite say that, but he kind of might be preparing to say that. He might be warming us up for that.
Of course he is. Of course he didn't come out blatantly and say nothing is going to happen. No, absolutely not. Because he'd be a fool to do that. Because then if they had to, fine or take a draft pick or, as you say, delete a scapegoat. I mean, finding a scapegoat.
Yeah.
He needs someone to pin the tail on, right? So he's not going to come out and say nothing is going to happen. He'd be a fool for that.
Yeah. Steve Ballmer, by the way, I think he's on the committee that is supposed to make sure everyone follows the cap rules.
Whitey, all it's set up to be is and I within the conversation, I asked a question, and I'm going to start to, as we continue to talk about this tomorrow or next week, or when it pops back up in 3 weeks, media day, because people will ask Kawhi about that, and we know he's not going to say nothing because he never talks about nothing. I'm going to continuously ask you, the listener, as you say, dear listener, the chat toad, the text line, who is winning and who is losing. And I consistently are going to point back to the people who's going to lose are the fans. We're the ones that's going to take the loss.
We lose in the sense of what we don't find out what really happened.
Well,
we're being kind of sold a bill of goods. That the league is not what they tell us it is.
Exactly. I think we won't find out the truth, and that wouldn't be the only thing that we don't find the truth out in our world. We won't have.
Although Pablo may find it,
he may.
Yeah,
he may. It feels like he has, and hence why he's letting some of these nuggets go when he wants to. But I'm with you. I still believe he has a trump card somewhere. He's getting ready to play that when the league says, "Oh, there's nothing to be found here," and you're like, "Oh, really? I got Uncle Dennis accepting a gold envelope.
Yeah. Then another Nike
in Chula Vista, right? But I say
why doesn't
that
Uncle Dennis hold a press conference?
Because Kawhi Camp doesn't talk. When have you ever heard Uncle D and Kawhi talk?
I know. I would just, I understand. I would just like to. It would be interesting.
It's this, and this is where it gets a little deeper. It's the integrity of the league, which has been defended tooth and nail. And the conspiracy theorists will always throw some mud at it. But when you have things like this that continuously pop up every so often, it feels like every 4, 5, 6 years, something pops up that makes you question the integrity of the league.
Mm-hmm.
The fans will be the one to lose because we're the ones that's going to have to decide, well, do I want to spend my money? Do I want to put the time and effort into following a league that is consistently probably lying to me, especially if you are a fan of probably 20 to 22, 24 organizations throughout the league. The other 6, the other 8, they're in. They're always going to be in. But probably 20 of the teams, man, it's a fight.
On the text line here from the 209, I think suspending Ballmer will actually hurt him. He's a huge basketball fan. I believe the Clippers already traded away some of their draft picks. So if you take away the next 2 or 3 draft picks, that team would be in shambles.
Who cares?
If they took away first rounders. From the 916, what if the owners say let's vote? Can they?
As far as what, getting rid of him?
On any of this, I suppose. I think what would happen there, if Jay and I are right, we could be wrong. But if we're right, and if the commissioner, and this is what commissioners do, if they're trying to massage this a certain way for the league, they have ways, commissioners have ways of putting off, like politicians do. You put off a vote until you know you have enough votes to pass whatever you want to pass, or make sure something that you don't want to pass doesn't pass.
Yeah,
so they could vote, but there's going to be a lot of maneuverings going on behind the scenes if they get to that point. What do you think fans would want, Jay? If fans were to decide, all right, what do you guys think? You have a vote. What would fans want to see happen out of this?
Kawhi gets more than a slap on the hand. Suspend him, take his money, get at the Clippers, some type of ill will. They need to lose. Like it needs to be a substantial suspension, substantial reckoning. And Kawhi, Uncle Dennis, they need to feel the pain as well. And I would just me, and I know it would never happen. I'm a fan. I would like the league to say, you know what? That was wrong. Because I'm a representation, they're the representation and part of the league. We messed up.
Yeah.
We couldn't conduct business properly, and we will take care of that in-house and out-house.
Yes. This is not acceptable.
Yeah.
And it will be dealt with swiftly and harshly.
Very true.
In order to assure that it won't happen again, rather than, well, it's the burden of proof. In all fairness, we just,
because if you
a heavy burden.
And the reason I answer that way is because if you don't, then as a fan, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm not the person that's like, but I do believe in, and this is, I do believe there has been some things that all sports leagues make sure happen. However you believe in what you see, when I'm within that statement, take it from me. I think it's just further proof that they manipulate, they do what they need to do when they need to do. And we all know that. We truly do. But now it's more blatant. And when things like this pop up and you say, there's nothing there. It's a slap in my face because I'm the one spending money.
Another aspect of this, leagues don't like it when reporters uncover things and then it gets dumped in their lap. I go back to the Mark Fanerawada book about Barry Bonds.
Man, that's a heck of a pull.
Yeah. A Game of Shadows. And no matter how you feel about Barry Bonds and the Giants and steroids, that's neither here nor there.
Lost, by the way. Didn't they lose today?
I don't think they played today.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah, they did.
I'm always throwing out. Don't worry about it. No, they didn't play. They're fine.
Just hopefully. Did they lose today? I think they lost. But he had a lot of information in the book about, and I think he might have had a partner in that book, but it was about things that Barry did that violated some of the steroid laws or rules. Anyway, that's what the book was about. He had some really important information. So we were doing an interview with him on this station. So I asked him, has Major League Baseball contacted you? And he paused. He goes, they haven't. And, you would think And we know how baseball felt. This was the Bud Selig era, and baseball really was. They were trying to find a way to keep Barry Bonds from breaking Hank Aaron's record. But my point is, and I think this may be part of what's at work here, leagues don't like it when they're minding their own business and then some reporter comes along and everyone goes, hey, look at this. This person says your league's all screwed up because of this. Leagues don't like that. So they also may be trying to buy time so they can do, never mind what he said. We're doing our own investigation. We don't care what a reporter says. We're not going to be dragged through the mud by the nose because of somewhat reporter said. So that could be part of this as well. They don't want to give any credence to Pablo Torre's report, even though they know that, wow, that might be on the money. Now, Jay, before we get to football, and we got, again, pregame for the Commanders and the Packers coming up. Any thoughts on what the Kings should do now that they have that open roster spot? We reported yesterday, TD, go on, open roster spot. Any thoughts on that? And maybe there's not. We don't have to spend a lot of time on it, but of course, a lot of people figure, oh, here comes Westbrook with that open roster spot. Any thoughts on what you would do?
Not yet, because there ain't nobody that's out there right now.
Okay.
It would take, in 4 or 5 minutes that we have, we would have to come up with some creative thinking.
Yeah.
And there's no need to do that right
Okay.
now. We'll talk
All right.
about that tomorrow in the form of a roster spot, because I know what we're going to have a conversation about, right? It's Russell Westbrook.
I would like to see some front court help, like a backup 4.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to
Well,
see.
where are
them
they
look
at?
Yeah.
Who is that?
I don't know off the top of my head who
Right,
that is.
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I would like to do with the spot. And by the way, great news.
Yes.
Today, Carmichael Dave on his fine program, he said that he talked to the Kings, and I think,
okay.
I don't know who his source is, so this to me it's good news.
Okay.
He says he was told that this connection between the Kings and Kelly Oubre is there's nothing there.
No, it's not real.
Yeah. And again, it's just Jake Fisher said the Sixers are trying to trade him. Okay. And then some other people said, ooh, maybe the Kings would be interested. I don't think anybody's been reporting that they're talking, but according to Carmichael Dave, there's nothing to it. Hallelujah.
Yeah. Because you don't have an affinity for Kelly Oubre right
Not
now.
on this roster.
But you would like to see someone in the makeup of 6'8", long, athletic, lanky, tall, something.
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody who can play the 4. Wouldn't it be nice to have someone who can play the 4?
Yes.
And then slide Keegan back to the 3?
Yes.
At least on occasion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And then that would push Debo to the 2 on occasion. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We got a little bit of football here before we wrap things up. We were talking about the key to victory for the 49ers, and you mentioned defense. Now you got, Mac Jones at quarterback. And you mentioned it, Jay, and then we started talking about chopped. But you got to run the ball, right? Arizona, week 1 against New Orleans, they ran the ball 27 times for 146 yards, 5.4 yards per carry. Arizona's an excellent running team. So New Orleans is a little soft against the run. However, they're going to be loading the box against Mac Jones, daring the 49ers to run the football. But if they can run it, 40 times legitimately without straining the offense, without compromising the offense, taking so much pressure off Mac Jones, that's one of the keys, along with defending well against Spencer Rattler. I think that's almost, those two things to me are equally important. The defense has to carry the day. And then if you can run the ball effectively and, eat up a lot of clock, you're going to win. It might not be pretty 21-13, something like that.
I think what you said, you could pretty much say every single week is a recipe or the ingredients to win a game. But I hear where you're going.
Especially when you got a backup quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. For me, it's the defense. The defense has to carry the day. The way they flew around in week 1 continuously, they need to continue to do that in week 2, especially against a downtrodden New Orleans Saints team that doesn't really have those type of weapons that could, really stretch your defense. So I think the defense needs to come in and say, this is a defensive game. We will take this over from first snap, and we're going to get after it. We're going to shut Spencer Rattler and that offense down. Offense, you guys go put up that 17 points, and we'll make sure that they don't, because I believe what they lose, 17-13 or whatever it was. They put up 13 points.
Yeah.
Last week, meaning the Saints against the Cardinals.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you should be able to win. You definitely need to put up more than 14 points. Defensively, go get it.
49ers win 21-13. No touchdowns, Jay. But from Eddie Pinheiro, not 1, not 2, not 3, 7 field goals in his debut.
Now, is Draper sick or are you sick? I don't even. You said 21 to what? 17?
21-13.
21-13.
Yeah.
Okay.
With 7 field goals. from Eddie Pinheiro to carry the day.
I think give me 2 of them. I think he kicks 2 in the dome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm around there.
Any TD tosses for McCorkle? Maybe 1. Maybe
1.
I think they're going to run the ball.
I'm with you.
In a couple times.
Brian Robinson, CMC, use check.
Yeah. So you got about 20 to 13, something
yeah,
like that.
I was going to say 2010. I don't even think they put up 13.
All right.
Yep.
We're back with you tomorrow. Enjoy Thursday night football. Should be a good one. Washington, Green Bay coverage begins next right here on Sactown Sports.
The Alan Styles Show. The Athletics taking on Minnesota. All I know is that the